Hey, I'm Perez, artist of Spider-Woman.
And I'm Karla Pacheco, writer of Spider-Woman.
You're listening to Know Her is to Fear Her,
the Spider-Woman podcast.
Welcome back, Spider Babies, to Know Her is to Fear Her, the Spider-Woman podcast. We're your hosts, Seren and Ray. Hey, Ray.
Hey.
Long time no talk.
Long time no talk, Seren, but I'm always pumped for these sorts of things, you know. So we've had a little late. We're a little late this month, but we've still got a cracker of an issue to chat about. But how you been?
Oh my god, this issue is.
Yeah.
I've been so busy.
Yeah.
So very busy. It's always crunch time for work this time of year for me. So.
Oh, okay. Right. When does it ease? Yeah, does it ease up after a few weeks, or is it like this busy for the next few months?
I think I got about a week left, and then it slows down a wee bit, so we're good.
Cool.
How about you?
Yeah, good. I have the in-laws over here for 3 months. They're from, they're Dutch, but they're from Germany. They live in Germany, so that's a lot of fun. Been spending some quality time, and we're doing stuff. We're doing stuff up around the house. So I'm actually on holidays, like as of literally today. But I've just been been running around this morning, just doing a lot of stuff, like sending stuff off to contractors, and I feel I'm at work, but it's okay.
Yep. Vacation is not vacation.
Yeah, exactly. But this little window of the day, Seren, is what I really look forward to. So looking forward to kicking back. Yeah.
Same. So today we are going to discuss Spider-Woman Volume 7, Number 19 by Karla Pacheco and Pere? Oh my god. I'm sorry, Pere. I'm so bad.
Apologies, Pere.
I'm so sorry. To be fair, though, I've been working all day till about 30 minutes ago, so I'm really still decompressing from work mode. That's my excuse. It's really not a good excuse. I'm sorry, Pere. This is part 11 of the Devil's Reign podcast crossover between Capes and Lunatics, Tomes of Evil, Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast, and us. To know her is to fear her.
My God, Devil's Reign, it's such a big event, as in quantity-wise. I mean, have you been keeping track of it? So I know you've been busy, but no, okay.
I have all the comics.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just haven't read any of them outside of Spider-Woman. I haven't even read Captain Marvel. I'm like really behind. Like I didn't even go to my comic shop the entire month of January.
Oh wow!
So I felt really bad. So when I showed up the stack of comics I had from this event, I felt horrible. I was like, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. They're like, no, we understand. Because I was also sick in January for like 2 weeks. So, well, it wasn't 2 weeks. It was like a week. And then, I don't know. I just never went. It was not COVID, but...
No.
You know.
But you've got a lot to look forward to. It is really fun. I'm a little behind myself. I think I'm about 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks behind. I haven't picked up last week's comics yet. But yeah, it's really fun. So yeah, for sure, listeners, check out the likes of Capes and Lunatics, Tomes of Evil, the rest of the podcast. They're doing it really well, and Capes and Lunatics are so cool. They're compiling all the parts that all the podcasts are doing, and on their YouTube channel. If you want to just binge part 1 to part 11, you can do that. So yes.
Binging is the best way to do things anyway.
You're a binger. Okay. I kind of go between the two. I don't know. I do like binging.
I think it depends.
Yeah, if you're really into it, I will binge the hell out of something. But yeah, kind of half interested.
Yeah, I get it. So, anyway, our sponsors.
Yes, and a big announcement as well. So a big thank you to all our Spider patrons, of course. Each and every one of you really do make our lives easier. And I know we may not be on time every now and again, but, rest assured we are dedicated. We love our Spider-Woman, so thank you so much. It helps with the show. A big shout out to our latest Spider Baby patron member. I'm going to call out both names. Hammer of Thor 84. I love that. So
that's awesome.
AKA Eric Hadley. He's picked up the private investigator tier. So Eric joins Cliff and Rustin as co-producers as credited on our episodes. But also a huge thanks to Teresa, Miriam, and Russell, our other Spider Baby patrons. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you.
We appreciate your patronage. Thank you.
Yes. And Seren, we're still going to have to join ourselves, I remember, from last episode, so we can actually get our own stickers.
I want my sticker. I forgot to do that. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Patreon to get ourselves stuff.
And then we can shout out ourselves.
Hilarious.
You can,
right?
A big shout out to Seren and Ray. Oh.
I don't think we need to shout out ourselves.
Okay.
That'll be funny, though. So I'm really behind in news. I think we talked about this last week. We don't have a solicitation for our Spider-Woman number 22.
Yes.
Hopefully we get one this month.
Yes.
I know Karla's had a lot of technical issues and some health issues. Karla, we hope you're feeling better soon.
A big shout out to her birthday as well. That wasn't that long ago.
Oh my God, yes!
Yeah.
And so February 10th is a special day because Karla Pacheco, our Spider-Woman writer, was born on February 10th. But also, February 10th is the official first appearance of Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman Day.
Yes.
So
I saw that tweet. It was great.
Wasn't it? So we now have, let's see, 19, I can't do math. 40 something years since the first appearance of both Karla Pacheco and Spider-Woman.
44
If you
years.
have not wished... Thank you.
Yes.
I can't do math. What is math? I don't know.
I only
Karla
know.
Pacheco.
Yeah. Sorry, I only know that because it seems like Karla and I are of the same vintage because I'm the same vintage of Spider-Woman as well. And
wait, was your birthday February 10th too?
1 week just before, February 3rd.
Oh my God! Happy birthday!
No worries. No worries. Thank you.
This, Ray. Happy birthday, Ray!
Thank you. I keep it under the radar, but I'm just happy to have some sort of association with Spider-Woman and Karla, so I'll take it.
Yeah, take that shit and run, dude. Happy birthday!
Oh, thank
Happy
you.
birthday to you.
To Karla.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ray and Karla.
Yay, Karla.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Karla. And Spider-Woman.
And Ray.
And
Jess.
Yeah, Jess.
You got a horrible happy birthday. This is why I don't sing, and I am very sorry to everyone who has had to hear that.
It's perfect.
Anyway, let's get into this issue. Oh, news. We have news. Yes. Let's do news first. I don't really have much, other than we didn't get a solicitation. There's been some movement on the Madam Web movie.
Ooh,
which apparently has to do with Julia Carpenter.
Okay. I mean, I'll take that as well. Yeah.
No word on the Jessica Drew movie.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Olivia Wilde, but I do know Olivia Wilde's pretty damn booked, so it kind of makes sense that we haven't had much word on it yet. But that's all I got. So if anyone else has Spider-Woman news that I might be missing, please send it my way, because I know I've been kind of absent on Twitter lately because I've been buried in work and obsessed with Critical Role as my new hyperfixation, although I still love Jessica Drew too. So please send me any news you might hear. I'll try and get it out. I'm usually more up to date on this stuff, but life, man.
Yeah, I've got to put my hand up as well. Apologise. Life is, just we have a busy household at the moment, which is fun. I love it. It's just, finding time to, do the other stuff that comes with podcasting, Seren, which is all the social platforms and stuff. I
have a question, Ray.
Yes, Seren.
You had a chat with Jed McKay the other day, right?
No, no, don't worry. I won't forget. It has been pushed back, unfortunately. So
okay.
I will.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, no.
I want to know what he thinks of it.
Top of my list, absolutely. But we're hoping to chat with him next weekend. So, yeah.
Very cool. Karla.
Yep.
We want you on the show again, and
yes,
Pere.
Please. You're
and
so much fun.
Yes.
We'll
get you there soon. I know you're supposed to come a couple months ago, but life for all of us.
Oh, absolutely. It happens.
But Karla will be back.
Yes, with a
vengeance. We have to arrange it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's coming, we promise.
Yes.
Anyway, let's jump into this new issue of Spider-Woman, which was freaking fabulous, and I loved it.
My gosh. Yes.
All right. So, Spider-Woman Volume 7, number 19, released on February 2nd, 2022, written by Karla Pacheco. Artists are Pere, Frank D'Armata, Travis Lanham is our letterer, and then editor is Nick Lowe. Again, I can't talk. What's talking? Available on floppy. Digital is Comixology, Marvel, and Kindle. There were several variants for this.
Oh, there were? Okay, I didn't pick that up.
Yes, and I have them somewhere. Hold,
of
please.
Course there were. They were announced a while ago. Yeah.
I know. Let's see here. Who were my... Because I'm prepared today. I'm so prepared today, y'all.
Yes.
Variant covers were Perez and Frank D'Armata. Pere. Sorry. Oh my god, guys.
Gosh. Pere. You're going to have to change your name, Pere, just to work in with our mistakes.
Pere. Yeah. The variant cover was by Pere and Frank, our main artists on the series. They're awesome and we love them.
Do you recall what the covers were, by any chance, Seren? I'm terrible.
It was really badass. I know. I forget. I'm confusing them now. I can't hold on.
Well, while you look for it, but anyway, I will put up all the variants in the podcast episode page, so they'll be there in their full glory for you spider babies. Rest assured. Also want to say, while you're looking for that, Seren, the title, I didn't put that in again. Ray, there's a lot of holes when Ray does a prompt sheet, but this was titled "The Devil You Know" as well.
An excellent name, by the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Where are my polls? Come on.
And while we vamp as well, there's also just been a little bit of a stir, I think, amongst Comixology and Kindle. So,
if you
are a digital reader, there's some sort of migration consolidation thingy going on, which some people aren't too happy about, because I think you lose some of the capabilities, from what I've gleaned from Comixology, when they do merge together. So, unfortunate. Something I think about the smart lists. You might not be able to get smart lists and all that. For anyone that reads digitally, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's going to occur soon.
Oh, this is the cool one. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this variant is Jess with the Brothers Grimm variant.
Oh, of course. I use that. I use that image for our discussion thread, of course. I tend to put sometimes the variants on there just to, shake it up a bit. Right. That's a great cover. Brothers Grimm, I love them. I like them.
Yeah, that's a really good cover.
Yep.
And then for issue 20, we get a whole bunch of really great covers. We're getting a Peach Momoko variant for issue 20.
Ooh.
Another Pere variant with Eternum and Rose. And then there's who is this? What variant is this? This is a Talaski X-Gwen variant, which is not really Jess. It's like Gwenna's.
Right.
Whatever the X-Men is that does the
X-Gwen. Yep. They did that for Moon Knight as well. And my other co-host, Rebecca, was saying, I agree. I'm not a big fan of when they do variants and it's like...
nothing in the book?
Yeah. The only disclaimer I'll say is of course, they did that with Jess, like her anniversary, and I don't mind them, of course.
No, well, that's the thing, though, with those Jess covers, when they introduced this series, with those Jess covers, it was Jess and the character who was starting the book.
That's
so
true.
for Daredevil, it was Jess and Daredevil.
That's
it was
true.
Jess and Captain Marvel. It was Jess and Venom. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's one thing when it's in the main character of the book with another character. It's completely another when it's just a character that has nothing to do with the series and you don't have like Jess in it, and that kind of bugs me.
Yeah, me too.
Also, I don't know. I'm whatever.
Yeah, this whole thing is arising from, there's a big event, right, with Gwen and all her variants. So I'm assuming that's where it's coming from.
I'm sure. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's an awesome cover with Spider-Gwen, but you also see like Gwen Thor and Gwen Captain America, Gwen. So I think she meets all her alternate reality selves.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
But I will say, though, if they ever did something like that for Jess, there is this one piece of artwork floating around on the internet. Cannot find who the artist is. It's been a mystery for like years now. No one can find it. Reverse Google search. It's this really awesome Jess as Captain Marvel.
Oh, nice.
Photo. And it is such a great mashup of Carol's current costume and Jessica's classic costume. And it is bad ass. And I am so upset I have no idea who the artist is. It is beautiful.
We'll find it, Seren. We'll find it one day.
The whole Spider-Woman fandom has been looking for who this artist is, and no one can figure it out. We have asked editors at Marvel. No one knows.
Would it be dishonest of me to say that I did it? And
yes.
The mystery. Okay. it is.
Let's
actually.
try though. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. It's completely badass. We can't make out the signature on the picture. It's like basically it's like someone drew it on paper and then took a picture of it. And we have no idea. We have no idea where it first appeared, who posted it originally. Like, you can't find anything.
This sounds,
I don't know,
like it is made for investigation, Seren.
It is made for investigation, and it's been years and no one's still figured it out. So
cold case. I'll dig it up.
I'll send it your way, Ray. You can when the episode goes live, you can post it on there and go, "Who the hell's this artist?" Because we have no idea.
I'll do some snooping. Don't worry.
Please do. All right, let's get to this.
Righty.
I've gotten distracted too much today. The synopsis, courtesy of the Wiki, because we love the Wiki. I have not read this for errors, so if it sounds weird, that's why.
Yes.
All right, here we go. It's been one of those days. I am so tired. As Jerry can tell, Veranke's impersonation isn't his mother. Her odd behavior leads a suspicious Linda to ask about the arm cast that Jess was supposed to be wearing. Breaking character to strike her, Spider-Woman arrives to attack Veranke, but the Thunderbolt unit's truck escapes with Jerry. As Jess starts to run after the truck, telling Linda about helping Lindsay in the hospital, Veranke attempts to keep her around. But while Veranke can still use Jess's powers when in her form, she's out of practice and from having been in the cell since Norman originally killed her, quote-unquote killed. With the truck stuck in gridlock, Jess instead finds the back is empty when Iron Man arrives to help, but Jess easily deduces that it was Veranke playing mind games, as the real Tony would have made an insult upon arrival. She drops the act, remembering how much her friends hate her, even bringing up making out with Tony when impersonating Jess. I'm assuming that that was told to Jess after she came back. I don't know.
Yeah.
When Veranke battles Jess in the back of the truck, her powers only mimic the armor as she's still a Flash, and Jess stuns her as the truck goes over the bridge. Moments earlier, Jerry wall-crawled and venom blasted his driver, because Jerry is an excellent driver, everyone, crashing the truck over into a garbage scow. Getting out, Jess blasts Spider-Man, believing him another Veranke play, but it was really him sent by Linda. Half-heartedly apologizing as she races to Jerry, she finds Carol holding him still holding him. However, she still thinks it's Veranke until another Carol shows up. Confused and willing to zap both, Jerry asks Bad Cowl, and Jess asks him to blast the bad one, with Jerry shooting the correct Carol. That happened to be Veranke, because as soon as he blasted her,
Although willing to help, Jess demands Carol flee with Jerry while she fights to resolve Veranke alone. While Veranke taunts that she honoured Jess by impersonating her, she rages at regretting ever having done so, not knowing why she ever saw leadership material in Jess. Ambivalent to Veranke's madness and humiliation, Jess counters the Skrull as she changes faces in failed psyche attacks played as people Jess cares for. The unfazed Jess venom blasts Veranke point blank on her skull until she's unconscious. Worried for Lindsay, Carol updates Jess that Linda got her somewhere safe in time, and she hugs her baby in relief. However, with their situation hard pressed for time, with Fisk's play, Carol asks what to do about Veranke, and Jess convinces her to stuff her somewhere secure on the garbage scow. At the hospital, Jess updates and apologises to Lindsay, who reassures Jess she's fine. As Lindsay brings up having been in plenty of trouble before, Jess wages to discuss the Irish ninjas with her soon. Across the streets, a sniper named Dr. O'Neill calls Octavia Vermis, having Jess in his crosshairs, willing to kill her immediately. However, Vermis refutes his request, finding it unsporting to attack Jess now after such a challenging day, as Vermis wants Spider-Woman to feel safe again before she faces her new foes, the anti-Arach-Nine, among whom include Eternum with Rose Roche and the brothers Los Espadas Gemelas de Toledo. There you go. A little bit of a bumpy ride there, Seren, with the Wiki.
This is why we should edit before we do it, but it's been a busy day.
It's been a busy day, and it was decent enough. Seren, if anything, look, I'm over 40 years old, and it's the first time I've ever heard of the word scow. Is that bad of me? Have you heard of it before? It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it before, yeah.
God, I've been living under a rock. Anyway, listeners, overall, let's do. Seren, what did you think of this issue as a whole, in general?
It was a long time coming.
Yes.
Just really, I'm so glad just got to beat the shit out of her again. It just needed to happen. So I'm glad it finally happened.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she finally did it, and it was amazing.
I mean, I thought she made light work of it.
It makes sense that she would, because Veranke's out of practice, I think.
True. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's for sure. She's been stuck in a cell for a long time. But I mean, not without trying to really play mind games with Jess. So I love seeing that. I mean, she tried everything under the sun, from Iron Man to Jerry. I mean, as if Jess would really fall for that, like a green Jerry.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I think at that point it was just more like a psych out.
Yeah, she was just desperate, I think, at that stage, and she was piling on it. No, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm saying all this in a very good way, because I love seeing this showdown, and yeah, off the back of last issue as well, this really paid off. I mean, again, action packed. It just didn't let up, and it had some really, really fun qualities to it.
Yes. I would like to state that Night Nurse continues to be a badass.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
And I really like how her friendship with Jess has kind of developed a little bit. I mean, she's mostly babysat, but she does give Jess like some solid advice, and she's been very good to Jess. And that was a friendship I didn't really know that I needed until now, and I'm glad that Jess has Linda as a friend, and also a doctor.
I mean, I'd argue the fact as well, Seren, not that, again, that this is any way bad, but if Lindsay was out of hospital, would Linda have that opportunity anyway to really kind of be closer to Jess? Because I like both of them. I like Linda and Lindsay as well, but...
Well, I wouldn't say Linda is replacing Lindsay. Lindsay is still closer to Jess than Linda is.
Yeah.
But as part of Jess's support system...
Yeah.
Which she's been throughout the whole series, really, is good.
Sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. She's got more of an opportunity as well, I think, with regards to taking care of Jerry. who Lindsay had done prior before she had some commitments with the stunt duties, and then subsequently getting injured or attacked, so to speak. Okay. But I really enjoyed this issue as well. The art, again, absolutely superb. I just want to draw out that first splash page. I mean, I know it's Veranke. How do you say it? Veranke?
Veranke. No, I think it's really Veranke. I say Veranke, but it's probably Veranke. I really don't.
Okay, well, let's call it Veranke. I know that she's on the splash, but to me, Spider-Woman, she looks really cool in it because, you know, her eyes are a little bit bigger. She's got that kind of evil smile, and her hair's kind of tussled a bit with Jerry trying to get away from her. Beautiful art.
And also, if you want to, this is something I want to point out because Pere made it, because he's awesome. He actually drew just his original costume.
Yes.
And that made it a lot easier to tell the two of them apart as they duked it out.
Yes.
So that was really awesome.
Very clever. Just a slight modification, as we know. So, it worked out
and
really
also, Jerry knowing that it's not her. Like, he knows. He's like, that's not my mama.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And baby has some major stranger danger there, and not feeling safe with her. So I don't know if Jerry has an ability to see through scrawls, or
maybe just that bond between mother and son. Maybe I don't know, but it could be something more.
I don't know. Or she's asking differently than his mom normally acts to him, so he's like freaking out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Kingpin is kidnapping Jerry, and this is where I think I'm behind a bit. I think he maybe wanted him as like a hostage, maybe to kind of help keep Jess in line.
Yeah, look, I haven't read the latest Devil's Reign 4, which is recently out.
Neither have I.
Yeah, but I've read everything up to since, and there really is no really big mention of anything specifically on Jerry, so I think it's probably just part of this plan to distract Jess. I mean, we kind of had a little chat before the show, Seren, coupled with Veranke's escape, just to kind of, which again, it just baffles me that Fisk is doing that, because Spider-Woman Jess, just innately with her abilities, is a big hitter. Like, it's not like she's an annoyance that should just be like,
right, I mean, she was an Avenger.
Aside. Yeah, exactly. It's not
a theme I've seen to have gotten from this entire series is that now that Jess isn't an Avenger, they kind of view her, like, villains kind of view her as a joke. Some of them. Yeah. Like, Lady Bullseye had some respect for her. And the other villain that she went against, I can't remember his name. He was you've been on my list. I've been waiting to fight you. Yeah. But a lot of other villains kind of laugh at her as a joke a bit.
It's crazy.
Until she punches them in the face, and then they realize she's not. But
it
seems like. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just about to say, like, further to that, it's, for me, someone like the Punisher or something would be relegated. I think for Kingpin to go, okay, let's just distract them. We don't have to deal with them directly because he's not that much of a threat. That kind of level for me is what. Right. But Spider-Woman's just like, she's a bit above that, I think. So, anyway. But you're right. I mean, that might be the perception that villains have towards her now, which again is unfortunate, but it probably gives her an advantage anyway. Underestimate,
Yeah, it does. It does give her an advantage. Jerry is an excellent driver. I just want to point that out again.
Yes.
That was really funny.
I love he was included a lot more in this, and we got him actively, zapping people. And at the end, you're talking about him not or recognizing Veranke as Spider-Woman. The finale with Carol again and Veranke, Jerry.
Yeah, he knew who real Carol was, which again is very interesting. So this kid has some instinct that, like, maybe it's just his PTSD, like, from the whole thing, like, just crossed over to him. I don't know, but he seems to know who his mom is, who his Carol is. Like, he's not fooled by it. Or it's just baby instinct knowing who your mom is.
Or on the flip side, Seren, maybe he knows, as you say, how to pick a Skrull, because he's done it. He's picked Veranke twice, you know. He knows that she isn't Jess, and he knows which one isn't Carol. So it's not necessarily like that connection to the mum, but he seems to pick out,
baby stranger danger. He's got a good stranger danger sense.
Oh, it's a good egg.
He's a good baby. Although I was a little uncomfortable that Jess asked the Zap, but Jess couldn't even tell that he could. So she's like, who's the real Carol?
Yeah.
Because Jess couldn't tell. So
exactly.
But Jerry could, and I think that's very interesting. I have questions about that.
Yes.
Karla.
And I reckon Carol was probably secretly thinking, "Oh, get it right, Jerry, get it right."
Right?
Yeah.
There's something Jess said that punched me right in the feels, because it really shows Jess what she thinks of herself, and it hurt a lot. And she says, "And now that you've hurt the people I love most in the world, what? Because you're embarrassed I suck too bad to make you Empress of the Universe?" And I'm just like, honey. She's really awesome. And she's also kind of a fuck up. But at the same time, like, Jess, that hurts. That really hurts.
Yeah, she can be really hard on herself. I mean, she knows it. She knows it. Like, you know, I guess the worst would be someone that just kind of lives life and flies by and doesn't realise, you know, basically the fallibility of them. But she does, which is really kind of what makes her endearing in my eyes. She does make mistakes, kind of like, for me, similar to Scott Lang. That's what I kind of like about him. He's not perfect, he tries. Similar with Jess.
Yeah. But yeah, that line really hurt me. That stuck out, and that was nice gut punch. Karla put me in my feels for like 3 days. And I'm back in my feels about it, and it hurt. And I just want to give Jess a hug, because she really doesn't suck. She's awesome, and she doesn't see it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it also makes it just also makes those mental attacks that Veranke throws upon Jess even more significant, you know, because we know how vulnerable Jess can be for that side of things. I mean, superhero wise, you know, she's a badass. She can fight. She can shoot venom blasts. But it's that kind of stuff that plays on her mind, which I think is her vulnerability. Veranke exploited that to good effect. Although she didn't win in the end, she did go for that. I mean, she can't beat her physically, so she went for that.
Yeah. I love Carol coming to help Jess out, because that is what Carol does when Jess needs her. Carol drops her shit and she goes and helps her girl. And I love them.
Yes.
I love them so much. I love Kirk and Spock. They're my favorite.
I mean, as you say, like, I think Jess is really, particularly in this run, it's been highlighted her support network. And Carol's been quite present in the run. And we've just got the recent addition of like Lindsay, and Linda's been there as well. So it's a really kind of, it's one of those things that is a reminder not only to Jess but to us as well. Like, she may make mistakes and stuff, but she's got good friends around her, and that's so important. And I think Karla does that so well by highlighting that fact about Jessica, because she's had it tough. I mean, you know, post Secret Invasion, you know, she's had it tough. Yeah.
I'd also like to point out too that Carol obviously wants to punch Veranke in the face too, and Jess is like, no, this needs to happen with me. And I'm glad that Carol was like, you know what, yep, and stepped back and let Jess get her punched in. It was it was even more cathartic than the last issue.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was interesting. I would like to point this out too. On the page when they're duking it out at the end, I really like how Veranke went to when Hawkeye was Ronin for a while.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I thought that was because that's how she knew Clint and doesn't know that he's Hawkeye now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really, really great. Yep. That was an awesome detail. I love that.
Just those little things that the writer, like Karla's paying attention to the source material, and knows the history. I think it really pays off for fans.
Yes, I kind of screamed. I was like, yes. I thought that was excellent. Lindsay, I love them. I love them all. I have to point out. They talked about putting Veranke in a refrigerator.
Yeah, I remember.
I laughed.
Yeah, me too.
I really laughed. If you haven't read that article about getting characters put in a refrigerator, it's a really good article. I haven't read it in a long time, so I'm not gonna. But you just need to read it, and then you'll see. I think that's the joke Carol was making because now we fridged Veranke again. Mm-hmm, so I'm sure someone's going to unfridge her though, so it won't be long before we see her again.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Like she was so much fun. Only these 2 issues, but there's so much you can do with her, and the fact that it's now established that she's not killed.
Aren't we getting another Secret Invasion show with Jim Zub? Or Zeb Wells, one of them, is doing Secret Invasion again.
Are we
getting another Secret? I think
series?
we are.
Wow.
But Jess isn't in it.
That doesn't surprise me, though, because they are recycling Marvel. They're doing a lot on recycling.
I'm really mad that Jess isn't a part of it.
I know, right?
Like, she and Bob... Well, Bobby might be, because I know he really likes Bobby. But Jess isn't in it. I'm pretty sure he confirmed that she's not in it, and I'm kind of mad about that. But anyway.
Do you think that's an indirect thing because they're doing this because of the upcoming show? Ergo...
They are.
There's no Jess in the show.
I still feel like... Yeah. Well, probably. Well, he might not have that information, whether Jess is in it or not. True. The whole point of it is, though, I feel like, as you know, the main bad guy in the last one, I feel like she should have a part in the new one, but that's just me being bitter about my favorite character not being in events that she should be in, and that's definitely she should be in, but whatever.
She should be in a lot more.
Whatever.
Yeah.
That's my understanding. I don't know how accurate that is, but I think that's pretty accurate from the source I had it from, so...
Okay. Well, that's... it's exciting, albeit without Jess, to have another Secret Invasion.
It is, but I'm sad she's not in it.
Yeah. Do you think Veranke will have some sort of... Sorry, do you think that might have been an edict from editorial to bring Veranke back? Do you think that this might be one of the first steps towards a new Secret Invasion?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when I said I didn't have any news, that one I just remembered on the spot. No, that would make sense. I don't know if it was an edict, and even if it wasn't an edict from editorial, they probably went, "Oh shit, Karla brought her back, so let's use her." I don't know if she's even in that Secret Invasion either. She might be.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's going to be in it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just know that it was announced and that apparently Jess isn't in it. So, but Jess, anyway, has her own Sinister Six now, except hers is the Arach-Nine, which is even funnier.
Cool, I must admit, when I first read it, I know I'm stupid, but when I was reading it, the last page, I was going to what the anti-Arach, and then I read that next time at the bottom, and it's like the anti-Arach-Nine. I get it now. That was pretty funny. But how cool is this? Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was about to say Vermis, Octavia Vermis. How cool is this? And she's stroking her own mini dinosaur.
It looks like a manatee, but it's not.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It looks like a manatee.
It looks like a baby manatee, but it's actually got little spiked tail, so it's like a little ankylosaurus or a stegosaurus. It's really fucking cute, and I want one.
But she looks... I'm surprised. I want to know, because... when she got turned into that I thought she lost her intelligence, but she...
No, I guess she got it back.
Yeah, I wonder if she got it back or she always had it when she just, and she was just, like, speechless when she first got turned into a dinosaur.
Now I'm beginning to think she... Yeah, and I want to know... Is the High Evolutionary still alive at this point? Because she was with him and now she's not, so I don't know what happened there.
Well, I mean, that could be the story to tell. Maybe that's why she's cavorting with the anti-Arach-Nine. Maybe she has escaped or done something.
So who do we know? Who do we know is on this? We've got Octavia.
Yep.
We've got the brothers.
The brothers.
We've got Rose and Mike and a Skrull.
And a Skrull. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's another 4. This could be tinfoil hats. We can
this is my tinfoil hat. So who do we think the remaining 3 Arach-Nines are? Do we know? I don't think we know.
No, it would be a shot in the dark. I mean, unless you go for one of the assassins that Mike engaged, but I doubt it. And who else do we figure out?
Viper? Maybe not Viper.
Yeah.
Because the only other ones that I would really think might be the Brothers Grimm. They might bring them. It could be Viper.
Yeah, could be the Brothers Grimm. Hence a bit
Morgan
of a tease.
Le Fay.
Yeah, but she would have just come out of nowhere. I mean, I guess the same with the Brothers Grimm. Because we haven't really seen any of them, So it would just be like a random, here they are. Unless they've been floating around on other titles. But yeah. Yeah, you say the Brothers Grimm.
Morgan has been, so I would say Morgan would be one. She's been a big one, and Viper's been a big one.
But would they be happy to be under Octavia Vermis? Would there be a bit of an ego struggle?
I think Viper would be okay with it. Morgan, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I feel like I've seen all the rest somewhere else, but maybe not.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Spider babies. Who do you think...
Do your thing, yeah.
The remaining 3 Arach-Nine are.
Is it not?
Let us know.
2, 4, 6, yeah. And the remaining 3. Gosh. Be interesting. I'm just thinking of like Volume 1 now as well, the night shift. The Shroud, I hope not the Shroud, because he's pretty cool.
The Shroud was an ally. They were allies.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But like he's kind of undercover. He always like pretends to be a criminal. Kind of gets him from the inside. Yeah,
but he's teamed up with Jess more than
I
don't think they've ever really I would consider them allies. I'm trying to think.
The needle. The gypsy moth, as you said, that she's called something else.
Oh, Skyn would be one, absolutely.
That would be a nice blast from the past.
Necra, if she comes back.
Oh, Necra. Oh, yeah, Necra. Or a huge reach here. It is Necra's daughter. God, what's her name?
I have no idea.
She featured in Dark Reign. I can't remember that. But anyway, she's really cool as well.
There's also Charlotte Witter, because she went after Jess in a one-shot a couple years ago.
Okay.
So she that was actually a pretty dark one-shot too, by the way.
Nice.
It was written by Ethan Sachs. And some kid on social media pretended to be Jessica Drew, and then Charlotte went after her and killed her. It was good. Spoilers, by the way. It was really kind of dark. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
Could be.
So.
Yeah, could be. And it's 3. I mean, 3 spots to fill. It is exciting.
And there are definitely some options. Wow, Skyn would be good.
She's got it worse than Spider-Man. Like, he had 6. She's got 9 to contend with. Albeit Rose may be a little bit incapacitated with her current condition.
She's smart though.
Yeah.
Eternum's the one to watch because now her brother's fully against her. So
yeah, dodgy. And I don't think we'll see Rebecca again. She's kind of. She made it clear, it seems, and at least in this instance, that she'd be more focusing on getting the pharmaceutical on the right path and not doing the superhero thing. Although I'd love to see her back. Maybe she does come back with a team up. That
would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be really good. I don't think I have anything else. I think that wraps us up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the only last thing, of course, the spider at the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
We found it, and we have Twitter.
Oh, yes, we do. Well, hang on
Twitter
before
feedback.
before we do that, Seren, should we mark it? Do you want to do a rating?
Oh, let's do this.
Yeah. Out of
Spider score.
Yes. Out of Arach-Nines, no. Out of Jerry Zaps. Oh, actually, I wanted to call out as well before we do that. I found it hilarious. Ben Reilly was in it.
Was that Ben? Wait.
Yeah, that's Ben Reilly.
Oh, yeah. That's Ben Reilly Spider-Man?
Well, a lot of people don't know because Peter Parker is apparently hospitalized. Currently hospitalized. He's not Spider-Man.
So that's definitely the Ben Reilly. Oh, yeah, it is the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Oh, yeah.
So that's Ben Reilly. And I found that hilarious how, again, mistaken identity, and the poor fella with the amount of baggage he's had about identity. I think the fact that Jess blasted him was pretty funny. But anyway, just wanted to call that out.
But Ben and Jess do know each other from Spider-Verse, so...
Yes. Yeah. So I'm not sure... Yeah, I can't remember, because I'm following Beyond. So Ben is basically the face of a corporation called Beyond, and they've registered the Spider-Man name. So he is the official, air quotes, Spider-Man. But I don't think the heroes know that it might be a different Spider-Man under there. Like, I don't think they know it's Ben. I'm not too sure.
Oh.
They just know it's a Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Some of them do. I think some of them, some of them kind of catch on a little bit just by the way he acts. But yeah, I think it's largely.
Well,
Spider-Man.
I think Jess would know the difference between Ben and Peter.
Yeah,
because she's done enough with them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Spider-Verse shenanigans.
But I guess the fact that she zaps him because mistaken for a Skrull was pretty funny.
Yes, I mean, that's typical. If you're Spider-Man, that's going to happen unless you're Miles, maybe.
Exactly.
Anyway, going back, the big Spider-Woman banner in the background.
Oh, yep.
You pointed it out, and then I just kind of brushed over it. But yes, that's where our spider is this time. Very easy to see with holes torn in it because it pissed somebody off. Who do we think tore it?
The Toledo, with their swords.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Spider score. I'm giving it a 5 because I'm always down for Jets punching the shit out of Veranke. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think this doesn't obviously lack. This lacks the surprise factor that the previous issues had. Which made a big wow. But I think this was still really great. I'll give this 4.5 because the action doesn't let up. Again, I've said it time and time again. Karla knows how to write really well when it comes to just like non-stop, just fun action. But yeah, there are also the little bits there that Veranke does to Jess that there's a little bit underlying kind of undercurrents of mind games there to Jess, which made it really enjoyable, albeit probably painful for Jess. But yeah, again, very well written, fantastically drawn. 4.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Rustin Green is on the same page going to our Twitter comments. Let's just jump right into those because I'm excited about them. I haven't read any of these.
I haven't. Yeah. Me too.
So Rustin is on the same question as we are. So we know half of the anti-Arach-Nine, who are the other 4. We're actually at 6 at this point. So,
if you include Veranke. Yeah.
Well, that means we would be... we're not sure they recruited her or not. So they could have pulled her out of the fridge. We don't know. She might be the Skrull on the cover, actually. So that Skrull actually might be her.
Yep.
So they just didn't want to give it away before the spoiler of this, so because it was solicited before this issue dropped, so that cover could change and be her face. So all right, so we'll say Veranke, whatever her name is one of them. So who are the other 3? Rasat, who are the other 3?
3 Miriams.
Oh God.
Yeah. Or one rogue Miriam. There's got to be another rogue one out there somewhere. So anyway,
maybe, who knows.
Go
ahead.
Oh no, just to say, thanks Rustin for exactly. We don't know. Great sound effects as well throughout the issue. That's one of the I think the call outs for this Karla Pacheco and Pere run. Just the sound effects have been so enjoyable. So Really good there. Second one from at Spider-Woman OFCL. I like that we are seeing the past be addressed. There's no real running from the past despite Jess's best efforts, and it's great how she was quite literally forced to face it. Using Jerry as a BS meter to tell apart Veranke was class. Kids always know. I need to hear about...
that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah,
they do know.
I think so. Yeah, I think Spider-Woman OFCL's hit it on the head there. I need to hear about the Irish ninjas. Yeah, that would be...
Same.
That's like a loose thread that I guess we'll find out later on. What the heck was Lindsay doing, you know? Amazing that Carol showed up for that standoff. Loved that Pere had Veranke in the old suit and how he showed just how hard Jess punched her in her stupid Skrull face. What an excellent issue. Yeah, it was a fantastic issue. Loved it.
Yep, I loved it too. And all excellent points. I want to know about the Irish ninjas from Madripoor.
Yeah. Let's have an adventure in Madripoor, please. I'd love to go back there.
Yep, me too. That'd be fun. At the last Gorgon, Jerry blasting Veranke is my favorite part. Him instinctively knowing who the real Carol and not the real Carol gave me faith that our Jess is without a doubt 100% the real Jess.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
And, yeah. So kids know. They just know.
Yes. Was there doubt that this wasn't going to be a real Jess? Was there some conjecture?
I don't think so. I just think he knew who his mom was, and Linda. I mean, the costume was different. That was really the big giveaway. But even then, he probably got like, you know, like when you have a weird energy, like if you're like not feeling well or something, and your kid is like, you know, or you get mad, like someone's frustrated, and you scare yourself, and then your kid gets scared. Yeah. Yep. Or he just doesn't feel. Yeah, or it just doesn't feel right in her arms. Like, you know, you haven't... Yeah. He hasn't kind of molded himself properly. Anyway. He knew who stranger danger was. Exactly. We've got another one here from at Carol Collector Brant Fisher. Man, it was satisfying to see Jess beat the tar out of her and then have the restraint to not go too far. Carol offering to get zapped but asking to put Jerry down first was... and then cry face. Thank you so much, Brent. I missed that detail. I'm sorry. That's a good point. But yeah, it seems like you have like enjoyed this exactly like the same way that I guess Seren and I have. Just beating the tar out of Veranke. It's a long time coming. Just needed it, and Carol Collector, it's the number one Carol Jess shipper out there. Yeah. And just let them kiss, Marvel. Please. Anyway, MK Geiger, 1968. Love the color, but the Brothers Grimm aren't in the issue. I really wish they would reintroduce him as one of her main bad guys in the comic. Maybe bring Merlin back as well, Skyn, etc. Because Gypsy Moth goes by Skyn now. I don't know. I'm okay without them. I mean, I like them, but I'm okay without them being. I guess I don't know. I'm torn on it because I like them, but I think there are other villains that are better for Jess than them. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that'd be just fun to have. And apologies, MK Geiger, Boney. Look, I did put up the variant cover for the discussion thread, so if that had misled you to think that the Brothers Grimm were in there, maybe I should have pointed out that it was a variant. Apologies for that, but yeah. And in case people didn't realize, variant covers and even just regular comic book covers don't always describe what is going to happen in the comic book. Yeah. So, although it's fun to speculate that maybe it will, but that's not always the case. So you just kind of gotta keep that in mind, because I know I've done that before where I see a variant and go, oh, maybe this happens, and then no, it doesn't. Oh, no, for sure. Well, I mean, can you imagine if you got the X-Gwen cover thinking that was a cover? Oh, cool, X-Gwen's gonna be in it. Like, right. Well, no. Well, maybe not that, but ones with Jess on it, you know, sometimes sure. That, like, and there is a particular line of spoiler variant covers that Marvel does do, but they will call out that it's a spoiler variant, and then they won't show it until it launches. I love that idea. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, they do that. You said do anyway. They do that. They do spoiler variant. Do. Gosh. Anyway, thank you guys for all your comments on this issue. Those are awesome. We love hearing what you think, and we will love to read them out loud. So please send us any comments or compliments or whatever you want. We love having your feedback. So please send it.
Criticisms as well.
And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, compliments, or complaints, please let us know.
Yes.
I had a teacher that was like that all the time. It's how he ended class when I was in like middle school.
That rolled off your tongue really well. So yeah.
Well, when you hear it every day for a whole year, you don't forget it.
Yeah, but I guess that wraps up this one, Seren.
It does.
Yeah, as mentioned, it's part 11 of the Devil's Reign crossover with the other podcasts. Go check them out as well.
And this is the last issue of Spider-Woman that is part of the crossover.
Yes.
So next issue number 20, which comes out in March, will be its own. It's not going to be part of Devil's Reign.
Yes. So that whole fiasco will be wrapped up, I think, by that stage. And
or at least for Jess.
Sorry?
At least for Jessica,
at
not
least
for
Jess,
Matt Murdock.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. A few things to do to Wilson Fisk before he, goes too out of control. But next, as Seren said, we're looking forward to that next issue. Don't forget also to check out part 12, the next part to the Devil's Reign crossover. It's over at the Capes Lunatics now, and they'll be covering Devil's Reign issue 4, which we just mentioned, which is already out. So that will be interesting. Go check it out. Go give it a read. Check out them over at Capes and Lunatics. It's a really cool show. And and don't forget as well, once all of Devil's Reign finishes, there is an opportunity. I think we're all kind of going to get together, Seren, for a bit of a debrief. I
better start reading.
I was about to say, I was kind of like, elbowing you there, kind of like, But we got plenty of time. But there will be a big roundtable discussion towards the end sometime after it ends. So that'll be a lot of fun too. Keep your eye out for that.
Go fuck, gotta do my homework. Go fuck. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway. Thank you again for listening, everyone. Until next time, to know her is to fear her.
Good night.
If you'd like to contact us with your thoughts on Spider-Woman and her amazing series, you can drop us a line at spiderwomanpod@gmail.com. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Spider-Woman Pod or To Know Her Is to Fear Her, a Spider-Woman podcast. Catch us on Twitter at Spider-Woman Daily or on Discord, Tumblr, and Podchaser. Look for all our links to our social platforms in the show notes.
We are also proud members of The Collective, a supergroup of podcasters dedicated to covering all the characters and news in comics and beyond. Search for #TheCollectiveNet on Twitter to see the latest on all the shows, or click on the link provided in our episodes to give you a list of who's part of The Collective. Finally, please consider giving us a rating on either Apple Podcasts or Podchaser. Whether it be to sing your praises or give us pointers on how to improve the show, any ratings will help cast our web further and potentially reach out to more spider babies out there.
Thank you so much for listening to our show. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned for our next upcoming episode, but until then, remember, to know her is to fear her.
Spider-Woman and affiliated characters, stories and events are properties of Marvel Characters Incorporated. Material used and discussed within the podcast are intended for critique and review purposes only, under the fair dealing concept of the current Copyright Act. The views, information, or opinions expressed during the podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of the copyright owners.